Hello, this is Linda, Grandma's Got Grace. This video is being posted on August 23rd, 2023, and it was written on September 22nd, 2022. It's an original devotional article by myself. It's called The Beginning, the Middle, and the End. 2 days ago, which is 2 days before that September date in 2022, I was just waking up in the late afternoon, as usual, and these words came out of my mouth. They had been playing through my half-dreams for a while before I finally sat up to begin my day. They were sung in my spirit. I don't remember the tune, but the words will stick with me through thick and through thin, forever and ever. Amen. God is my beginning, my middle, and my end. He is my creator, my sustainer, and my keeper. He is my designer, my crafter, and my finisher. He is my maker, my protector, and my shepherd. As God was, and is, and always will be, so am I. Because of him, through him, and with him, forever and ever. Amen. I searched Bible Gateway for the first line. Here are just a few of the scriptures that came up from that single line. The links are all in the description. Isaiah 46, 3-4. This is in the New King James Version. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, who have been upheld by me from birth, who have been carried from the womb, even to your old age. I am he, and even to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear, even I will carry, and will deliver you. Psalm 63, verses 1-2, New King James Version. O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. So I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory. Psalm 139, verses 1-18, also New King James. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You understand my thoughts afar off. You comprehend my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have hedged me behind and before, and laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain it by myself. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning, or dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall fall on me, even the night shall be light about me. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you, for you formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance while being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me when as yet there were none of them. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God! How great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they would be more in number than the sand. When I am awake, I am still with you. Also, you can find the link in the description where you can read all of Psalm 139, New King James Version, at Bible Gateway. September 22nd, 2022, at 10:03 p.m. I just finished reading through the following newsletter. It goes perfectly with this. Give him 15, message from Dutch Sheets. And now, a few minutes after writing the above, I continued checking my email and got a message from Joseph Prince. It also fits perfectly. October 6, 2022, at 3:53 a.m., I just finished watching and listening to Bill Vanderbush present this very short statement on YouTube. Again, a perfect fit. It's called The Number One Question of Humanity. The links from this page are in the description. August 20, 2023, reflecting on this theme. It dawned on me today as I was getting this ready to be put into a Grandma's Got Grace video for this coming Wednesday that this really is my testimony, the story of my life with God. My beginning. I have vivid memories from the time I was 2 years old, a few that were probably a bit earlier. I literally walked with God, and I was with Him and the angels in heaven. I saw and heard things from there, and I told people about them as soon as I had words to use. By the time I was 12, there were lots of people who had gone to my parents to let them know that, in their opinions, I had a very strange, vivid imagination, I was making up stories for attention, or I was flat out lying. They all thought I should be getting some sort of psychiatric help, basically. My middle. So, at that point in time, I got tired of being one of the weirdest people in our small town of Old Valdez, Alaska, and I made up my mind that I would no longer walk with God. Just like that. Period. For 14 years, I did my very best to do everything I could to not walk or talk with Him. Because I did know Him and know Him well, I definitely knew the kinds of things that I shouldn't be doing, so those were the things I did. I won't go into what all of those things were. I think you probably have plenty of frames of reference. I call those my walk-away years. By the time I was in my early 20s, I was beginning to be very much aware that though I was still trying to get away from God, He was not letting me do so. He was everywhere. If you go back and read through the scriptures again, you'll see what I mean. My end. I'm nowhere near my end in this world, even though as I write this, I'm only 3 months away from being 74 years old. I have now returned to the Lord. Since the year 1975, I have never looked back, and I never will. I absolutely know who I am and where I belong, and that's with God. From before I was born, during the time I spent trying to get away from Him, through all of the nearly 48 years since I turned around and re-entered the arms He had been holding out to me all the time, until the very moment I'm reading this to you, and beyond. We were created in God's image as eternal beings. No matter if we die and leave this earth, we will still live on with God. We are part of Him. He has promised over and over and over again to never let us go. Guess what? Every single person who has been born on earth ever is the same, whether they know it yet or not. Let's read through the words again. God is my beginning, my middle, and my end. He is my designer, my crafter, and my finisher. As God was, and is, and always will be, so am I, because of Him, through Him, and with Him, forever and ever. Amen. Bonus. Check out Isaiah 49. The link is in the description. All the links are in the description for the things that are following. Speaking of waking up, my August 1st, 2023 video, A Strange Dream Sequence. Speaking of the beginning, video, Carpenters, We've Only Just Begun. Speaking of the middle, video, Diamond Rio, Meet in the Middle. Video, Brandon Lake, Count 'em. Speaking of the end, video, Dan Vasc, Open Arms cover, Journey. Speaking of Forever and Ever, Amen. Video, Randy Travis, Forever and Ever, Amen. He's the one that wrote it. Video, Home Free, Forever and Ever, Amen. It's their version of it. Here are some of the captions on the newspaper in the stand behind Brandon in the cover shot. I had to go full screen on my 32-inch monitor and still couldn't get all of the tiny print. What I did get, however, brings really good light to the lyrics, which can be found at AZ Lyrics, by the way. The link is in the description. Also, this is in addition to the headline that says the greatest miracle of all time. The newspaper name is The Prodigal Times. The credit line just above the headliner title says Brandon Lake and some other words. Top left ad box says, Will he return? The bottom left photo is the empty tomb. The bottom right photo, I think, is an empty cross. These things all make perfect sense as you see Brandon and the choir begin to sing, "You are holy." Then the glory of the Lord begins to shine around them all. Then they find their very own name tags already on the white robes in the store. Also at the end, the newspaper left burning on the street after the prodigals returned, as I did in my middle, is reminiscent of the national flags not just in the U.S., but in other countries all over the world being burned on the streets, because the devil is trying his hardest to get rid of those who are getting wiser and wiser to his ways and turning their backs on him as they return to the Lord forever.